Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my developer vlog series, where today we are having a look at all the progress I've made in the past 2 weeks on our project, StrateZ, which has not been as much as I was hoping. In fact, I'm at a bit of a standstill right now thanks to 2 bugs which are driving me freaking mad, and I have been unable to find a solution to, which has been really great. Really great. Now, in the past 2 weeks, the first week since the last developer vlog actually went really well. I was chugging along making our new map and also making some changes to the Fog of War, some of them based on your guys' input. Thank you for that lovely input, folks. And that all went very well. The first week was great. The past week of this fortnight, though, has basically ground things to a halt, and I've been unable to get any help or assistance on the issues I'm having, which I don't know how to fix. So that's been fun. So let's talk about those first to get the bad news out of the way. Now, the first bug was one that one of you guys thankfully did point out to me in the Discord. I hadn't noticed it because usually when I test playing here in Unity and just kind of assume that once I make it into the build that I've got down here, that it's gonna work the same as in Unity. That's what you'd think, right? No, not at all. If we go into here and play in Unity, the big problem I'm having is with the barges. And when in Unity, if we actually lower down that music, there we go. In Unity, I can get onto the barges, as I did show off in the last developer vlog. You know, I can send my guy out here, he can explore them, we can have him go back and forth between them just fine, and even cross all the way over. It works perfect. But if we go down to the build that I have here and resume, I cannot click on the barge. Now, get back here, you. If I click on the other side of the harbor, it works fine. He uses it. The nav mesh is getting picked up, and I can even click on one of the treasure, supply, drop box, whatever the world I'm calling them, items, and he will collect it. I just can't click around on the barge, which again, I can in Unity. So I have no freaking idea what is going on there. We actually just hit that there and tab back to Unity. You also probably briefly saw the Try channel I'm currently watching while working. God, I love that channel. It's a good one. And yeah, I can't for the life of me figure out what's going on with this barge. Everything should be working. It has a mesh collider. It is labeled as terrain. It has a navigable, walkable, you know, thing here in the, it has been baked. That's what I was looking for. Navigation has been baked in. And everything is exactly the same as, say, this environment of concrete over here. Also navigable. It has the terrain, it has the collider, it should be working, and it does work in Unity. So why it's not working here, I don't understand. For the life of me, I have not been able to figure this out, and I've been unable to get any help on this issue from, because I'm assuming it's a Unity issue, and I've been trying to get help with it on like the Unity support stuff, and I got nothing. If one of you guys has an idea, I'd love to hear it, because I'm just scraping at the bottom of the barrel here trying to figure something out. So yeah, it has taken several days of my time away from me because it is driving me nuts. Now, the other issue that I have been having, which also is driving me mad because it's actually something I don't think any of you guys have mentioned. I noticed it recently. When you build buildings, it no longer has them lifting through the floor. Now, previously, in all of our other builds that I remember, whenever you built something, the building would basically phase through the terrain, moving upward until it was constructed. But if we go into here now, both in Unity as well as in the build, if I, say, select this dude, have him build a bunks there, he builds it but it doesn't show in the world until it's done, and then it just magically pops into existence. How this changed? I don't know. Everything in these buildings, and it's for all the buildings, not just the bunks, all of the buildings, besides like their health numbers and things like that, nothing's changed. They're the same as they've always been, and it's always worked, where the building rose up from the terrain, and now it just pops into existence, and I don't know why. This has also been driving me mad for several days. There it goes, just pops in, rather than what it used to do, and I don't know. And it's another thing driving me mad that has basically, between those two issues, I have effectively wasted the past week trying to solve them to no avail. And I don't know where even to start with that one. I really don't. And yeah, God. So, we'll talk more about what I plan to do for the next 2 weeks towards the end of the video. So let's actually talk about the good stuff. Basically the first week of these past 2 weeks, where I did get finished our new map, and I love it. There are still a few things I need to do to tweak things in it, but if we sort of go out to the whole world, double click, go zoom out, zoom in, and yeah, this is our new little city map. I used to call it big city, but it's not really that big, so I changed it to little city. Size-wise, it's actually our first medium-sized map. Country Road and Harbor Master are small-sized maps for short games. Alpha Map is the largest one I've made so far, and I actually eventually plan on making it so 3 factions can be on that map, because it is definitely big enough for that. This is going to still be a 2-person or 2-faction map, but it's halfway in between the small size and the large size. So it's definitely our first medium-sized map here, and I love this thing. We've got our 2 areas for you to build in. Right now, this is sort of the default-ish kind of location for the survivors, over here for the zombies. Now, of course, that can change when you enter in the map. It will, like with the other maps, occasionally pop you into the other. And there are some disparities in it that I do have to balance. I definitely made this area easier to build in down here because it's where I sort of was designing for the survivors to be. If we go down to the command post, you've got plenty of room in here to build. It is still tight. I wanted the city to be kind of tight to build in, to sort of force you to build in other areas like the park and this central core of the map, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. But down here, you can fit in all the buildings you need. In fact, in this part of the whatever sports court this is supposed to be, you can fit an armory and a triage in this location. I was able to fit a garage down here, and bunks are easy to fit in anywhere, and it works quite nicely. Now, over on the other area, it is a lot tighter. Most of my building as a survivor on this part of the map has been up here. I do need to balance it a bit more, taking out some of the clutter objects and maybe moving the resource items around a bit to try and give you a bit more building room nearer to your base. But yeah, overall, most of the building is going to happen up here at the moment, so I definitely do need to mess around with that a bit more. But all in all, I'm still really enjoying it. If you are the zombies, though, this area is perfectly fine, because, I mean, you only have one building anyways. But yeah, I don't want to make it too easy, because, like I said, I do want to push you to, like, build, like, a little mini base over here in, like, one of the parks that we have on either side. And we do also have this central area where you could make another base. And I really like this. I had a lot of fun building this. It's basically like a little park island in between the 2 halves of the city, this being the more commercial, there's the word I'm looking for, and this one being the more residential area, and in the middle having this park that some former survivors built a little base on. You can see you've got like the makeshift fences and the like RV that's been abandoned and zombies that are left from it, and you've got all the resources necessary in here to build a central base. But it will of course be a very hard base to hold because it is the only way right now to cross into the other parts of the map. you've got to go over either that bridge, or these little pedestrian bridges. And that's it. And yeah, it makes it a very hard place to hold, as all your attacks are going to be there. But good times, good times. Now, I am thinking of making a way to bypass it. I don't know if I like the idea, though. That's why I haven't included it in the map right now. But something I'm thinking of adding, and I'd love your guys' opinions on it, are subways. I would like to add like a little subway entrance right here in this corner of this park, and up here at this corner of this park. And the subway basically would make it so you could enter it and then come out over there, and vice versa. So you could skip the central island there altogether. I don't know, though, because I kind of like the idea of having this like a defensible area you gotta kind of take to dominate the map. But I kind of like the idea of having that sort of, quick jump system to another area. And it also would force you to then build near those to also defend them. So I'm torn on the idea. That's why I haven't added it in yet. Would love to hear your guys' opinions. Another thing I do need to do in this map that I haven't done yet, because I'm trying to figure out where all I want to put them, is the treasure supply drop items. I definitely want to put some in here again to try and draw you to the center of the map. And I'm also thinking maybe we've got like a little... Oh no, I put a body pile there. We've got a little hospital with, body bags and all. Perhaps, adding some in over to the town hall. I don't know. I haven't really figured it out, but I like to add in some supply drop things to try and coax you into an area. Maybe down in this residential bit here could be fun. I'll have to have a think about that. But yeah, that's the last thing I really got to do besides the idea of maybe putting in that subway system. We'll see. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this and can't wait to see what you guys think of it and what suggestions you may have in the new build. Now, as for the final thing I have been working on, it involves the Fog of War, and I'm pretty happy with this. Now, previously, in our last iteration of our basic Fog of War, it was just a solid black fog of very unnerving darkness that actually I really didn't like too much because it did make the world feel a lot more empty besides what you were looking at. And what I changed is, if we just go to play in here, we could also show it down here in StrateZ. We have a textured fog now. It actually is moving. You should be able to see it in the video. It might be a little pixely because of YouTube compression, but it is sort of a rolling fog. And I really like that. It makes it not quite as dark and... Well, I was about to say ominous, but a rolling fog is still kind of ominous. But I like that it's not just solid black now. It actually gives it more texture and more interest. And if you move around, you can see it moves too. It is a pretty static element in the world, just, a animated static, question mark. And yeah, it works out pretty great. I really do love the look of it. I actually don't know if I can add it to the minimap. I may try and see that, because the minimap is still pretty just black. Also, I forgot to move this over on this map. One of the problems with the minimap is every map you have to manually move it over to fit the map space, because the minimap is always different, which is weird. Forgot to do that. Interesting. But yes, I really do like how the fog looks. I have also adjusted the size of the vision for all the buildings, as well as all the units, so that they see more. I'm thinking about changing the vision, though. I don't know if I want to do this. Again, it'd be something to hear from you guys, your opinion of doing a line of sight fog. Like right now, it is just a big circle around our unit or around our buildings. And I've been thinking of having it actually a line of sight, so like if we were at this corner, we couldn't see around this corner. With the fog, I don't know about that though. It kind of still makes it all a bit dark and takes a lot longer to map out things. I don't know if I like that. But I may experiment with it. Would love to hear your guys' opinions on that, what you think, if it might be good to do or not. But for right now, I kind of just like the circle method. But yeah, I really do love the look of the fog texture here. It does kind of show and these bits that you have explored but are not in anymore, but it's a lot harder to see because, of course, the opacity has greatly changed. But yeah, in the full-on fog, I really love how it looks. It looks great. But yeah, that is, really it for what we have accomplished. 2 things, but 2 things I'm very, very happy with. So hopefully you guys are happy with them too. And of course, there's the new build link in the description for you guys to go and check out and download and have fun testing these out. Now, as for what I plan on doing these next 2 weeks is we are gonna be working on another map. I want to get done one more map, and then I'm going to stop making maps for a while and focusing on balance and other things, but I did want... Oh, great, we're being attacked down there by... Oh, yeah, the zombie faction sent 1 singular oh no, 2 zombies to kill me. Good on him. Good on him. Let's actually just leave here. We don't need to be here anymore. But, yeah, I want to work on one more map, and then I'm going to be done with making maps for a while and start focusing more on the balance and the bugs and things like that. But yeah, I've been wanting to make these because, well, A, they make me happy. I've been having a lot of fun making them. And I do want to give you guys some variety of things to play as you're testing out my other stuff moving forward. So the next map is going to be this quarantine one. It's going to be another large-sized map that I plan on having 3 factions in. Hopefully it works out quite nicely. So far, I've only really made like the outline of stuff, but hopefully in the next 2 weeks it goes well finishing up that thing. And I want to try getting these other bugs finished, but I just don't know if that's gonna work. Oh boy. So yeah, the main thing is the other map and trying to get these bugs sorted that are annoying the crap out of me. We'll see how that goes. Anything else I get done on top of that will be icing on the cake. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today, folks. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and you do check out the new build. But until next time, my friends, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.